Hello guys, you're welcome back to my channel, and if you're meeting me for the first time, my name is Dr. Unique. I'm a Nigerian trained medical doctor currently practicing in the UK. So today I want to talk on a very important topic, and that is the salary of doctors in the UK. How much does doctors earn in the UK? Before I came into this country, or before I even started PLAB journey, or even before I entered medical school, there is always this news that doctors earn a lot of money. Do you understand? And somehow our hopes were very, very high, really, before we got into the profession and knew the reality. So even if you're a relative of a doctor, or you've got a friend that is a doctor, or whatever, this video is just okay, just good that you watch this video. And also, if you are in Nigeria planning to start relocation journey, this video is also for you, because you need to learn and understand how much does doctors really earn in the UK. So guys, first of all, the introduction of this video is this: the amount that doctors earn in the UK depends on, number one, your level. Okay, what level are you? Are you maybe an FY1? That is, in the UK, an FY1 doctor is just like a house officer in Nigeria. Okay, then FY2, and then ST1. FY2 just like after the first year, after you finished, you are just fresh from house job. Maybe from the in Nigeria is likened to like NYSC doctor. That's just like your year two practicing as a doctor. Your ST1, that's whether you started your training the first time, ST2, ST3, or you're a consultant. So the truth remains that you need to understand this thing, that even when you are applying for a job, you see that this is the range of money I'm going to be paid, or this is how much I'll be paid per annum. You also need to get consider the fact that you're going to pay your tax, get NI deducted, and if you are under the NHS and you are willing for to be part of pension, you're also going to get your pension deducted. So I'm more interested in what is going into the pocket of the doctor at the end of the month, not just only the what was quoted that is your salary, but how much is going into your pocket. So for the FY1, averagely everybody knows that most FY1 doctor in the application, even if it's in track job you're applying or you're seeing those positions, is the salary is usually 24 to 28,000 per annum. Okay, now this is just like a basic salary for, maybe let's assume, for someone that is just working. Okay, there's something very important for me, a message for me to pass. Do you know that two doctors doing the same job may not be earning the same thing in the UK? Yes. A doctor, I can't, doctors that are working in the same level like me in this UK do not go home every month with the same salary. What are the factors that affect it? Number one, the factor that affect it is locum. Some people opt for shifts that maybe they are nursing mothers, like maybe some of us that are married and have babies, and they opt for certain only day shift. They don't do calls, they don't do night calls. That will affect their salary and make it to be on the lower side. Another doctor may be single and somehow just want to work. Do you understand? Doesn't want to do any other thing. So put more time in at work, therefore earn higher than someone who wants to achieve work-life balance. So this is justice. So you need to consider this. So in as much as the FY1 salary may be 24,000 to 28,000 per annum, an FY1 doctor may go home averagely with 2,000 or 2,100. But there are some FY1 that may take some extra shifts, do more calls, and they will earn higher. So now, an FY2, which is usually after PLAB in Nigeria, for the fact that we've done house job in Nigeria, most people coming into the UK as a junior doctor, do you understand? As a junior doctor are coming as FY2. Some are coming as ST1. So if you are coming as FY2, okay, the trust doctor, the clinical fellow, most times the salary ranges between 33,000 to what? To 40,000 per annum. Some even earn as high as 33,000 to 45,000 per annum. So they'll place it as a range. Now, your experience, your level of experience, okay, and how you're able to really present yourself now determine if you are going to get the lower side of the bargain, which is 33,000 pounds, or you're going to get the higher side of the bargain. I don't know if you get the point very clear. So now, they are that 33, like I myself now, I work in private hospital. And that's what I want to tell you, that most private hospital pay you more, but you tend to put in higher hour. And also the NHS hospital also have some things like banding. Do you understand? Whereby if you take night calls, weekend calls, you have a higher banding. Your salary, a percentage of your salary is added for you to agree to do an unsocial hour. And the social hour is weekend and then night shift. So those if you are in NHS, if you are working in the NHS, that's why somehow it's advisable, if it is possible for you to be patient and get an NHS job from Nigeria, that seems to be the best, because you have so many advantages based on what you do, unlike the private that may not really have such flexibility and advantage. So the summary of everything that I'm saying is this: in NHS, if you are doing, there's a kind of a banding, means that a percentage of your salary is added to your basic salary for taking night calls, for agreeing to do weekend and all that. So this is one of the things that those that work in the NHS do what benefit. Now, the next thing that is very, very important for you to understand is that aside this, if you still have extra time and go to another trust to do locum, that will also help to improve your salary. So, but in basic, most doctors, let's say you didn't do locum, will go home with a doctor working 9 to 5 in the NHS, that is FY2 doctor, will go home with nothing less than £2,200 in a month. Okay, 2,200 to £2,400 in a month. That's for a junior doctor that is what? That is working without all those banding, extra call and all that. But however, if you do your banding, take some extra sheet, extra call, some doctors that are, trust grade doctor, they earn 2,700, 2,500, 2,700, or even £3,000. They go home with it, depending on what? On that, the fact that they're able to take calls and how much quantity of calls they take. Now, so many of us Nigerian doctors in this country enter into GP training. Okay, and that's really something very okay, because yes, there was this I remember some of that time I was even in Saudi Arabia. We heard about something that came up about the GP earning so much amount of money and all that. I want you to know something. One thing you need to understand about the UK system is the UK system is designed that you work, that the advantage why people like UK is that UK, if you have the strength to work and you can give up every other thing to work, you will have money to show for that work. But the truth remains that so many doctors that earn that high amount of money you are thinking about, even if it is consultant, mean that they take a lot of shifts and they spend most of their life in the hospital. I don't know if you are getting it. So the summary of everything I'm saying is that yes, doctors are not hungry in the UK. I've had a friend that recently kept posting in the status, and you still want to go to the UK, you still want to go to the UK. Me, I'm like, I have to start educating him. Doctors that come to the UK, it's not like they are hungry. But the only thing you need to understand is that you can't have so much high expectation on yourself if you're a doctor that is in UK. Don't have the mind that if you just come into the UK, you build your mansion within 1 year, 2 years, you build your mansion. But when you come into the UK, one thing your salary as a doctor can do for you is that you will be comfortable. Hunger will not be close to you. You will be comfortable. You will be able to pay your basic bills. Now, earning extra means you have to work extra, be more away from family and all that. And you can pay those sacrifices if you've got 1 or 2 projects you want to tidy. Do you understand? But nobody should make you feel that relocating into the UK, because UK is a high tax area, therefore relocating into the UK is not worth it because blah, blah, blah. No, even after the tax, you have something reasonable. Now, for someone who have trained to become a consultant, or even the GPs themselves, because the GPs are also seen as consultants, they earn £100 per hour. The GP earn 100,000, 100,000, earn £100 per hour, and that is the fact that before tax, if you calculate £100 per hour, there are people that are full-time GP and part-time GP. People that are part-time GP may just decide to work 2 days in a week or 2.5 days in a week, and they may be earning 50,000 per annum. While people that are a full-time GP end up to 100,000 per annum. A consultant in medicine surgery will also earn a basic of 100 to 110 per 100 to 110 pounds per hour. So everything just depends. But the consultant, I want people to know, for those that maybe somehow criticize being a GP in the UK, the GP is paid just the way the consultant is paid. And while the consultant in surgery may have hustles to go and operate and make money, the GP too might have other private consultations that give him money and run some businesses that give him money. So the point is this: everyone will definitely be comfortable. But trust me, if you have a relative that is a doctor, don't think the money falls on up. And most of the people that earn extra, that work extra, like I mentioned, me, I work in the NES, I work in NES, and the basic salary of a doctor that agrees to live in the hospital for NES, most RMO, NES, RMOI, Cape Med, is between 43,000 to 48,000. That's the RMO that decides to live in the hospital for one week and then go off for the other week. Now the other doctors that decide to go home, like for NES that wants to go home, do 12 hours every day and go back, earn 37 to 39,000 per annum. So these are the things. And remember that if you may be looking at it, oh, the NES, RMO, Cape Med, they earn higher. Yes, they earn higher, but you need to understand that they don't have some advantages that those that work in the NHS have. This is your basic salary. But the advantage again they have for those that work in NHS, NES, RMOI and all that is that they've got 1 week extra. That's the only advantage you have. Like this week, like seriously, do you know that throughout this week, I like some week I just decided that yes, I'm off. I want to be lazy. Sometimes to be lazy is sweet. So this week is one of those weeks. I'm at home, I'm not doing anything. This is my off week. So I just stay in this my bed, sleep and sleep and sleep and have fun, wake up, watch movie, play music, just to relax and get my nerves very calm. Another doctor is there working out her ass, and when we are paid, we are paid at the end of the month. I'm not expecting to get the same money. Okay, with what? With the same doctor. But whatever you have to do is that work-life balance is also very important, because if you overstress, you have the tendencies to make mistakes, you have the tendencies to have legal cases, and like seriously, you wouldn't like it. So the point I'm making is that those in private sector, the basic salary might be a little bit higher. But trust me, they may not be gaining so much because they don't have other advantages that those in NHS have. But one good advantage people have that made me say that I will never discourage anybody from coming into the UK with NES, RMOI, Cape Med, and all that, Remedium, and all that, is that you've got 1 week to boil with, especially if you've not got a family. You have 1 week. This 1 week, so many people decide to do with it different things. Some decide to do extra locum with it, to work locum. I know the initial time I came into the UK and I had some debt to sort out. I was so motivated, and truly God also helped me. I found some extra shifts and I made a lot of money, offsetted my bill. But like seriously, my body really told me the truth about it. So the truth is that yes, those in the private that work with RMO, that work as RMO, they have some advantage, which is the fact that they have extra week to themselves, but the long hour, sometimes can be enslaving, especially when the hospital is very busy. Like one of the days, oh my God, one of the week I did, I think that was the last 3 weeks I was on. The hospital was so busy. Oh God, this video is already getting so long. So the point is the summary of everything I'm saying now, because I had to complete this video. So for those that are ST1 to ST2, ST1, ST2, most of them earn 2,500 as basic. Like my friends in GP training, after they draw all the deductions, pensions, told me that they earn 2,000. They come home with 2,500. Whereas at the end of everything, when they go up, like from ST3 to ST7, most of them earn up to 3,000 basic salary. Okay, and then consultants may earn between the range of 3,500 to 4,000 as basis. Then remove locum. Now there's something that is called locum doctors fully. Maybe someone came in with Type 2 visa, one partner is co-working with a job, the other partner is doing locum. Those guys, they make a lot of money. So most locum here pay you as a starting doctor. Me, the first locum I did in the UK, I did it with 40 per hour. Later, when I began to have some work now, I've gotten some experience, I refused. I went up to 45, then 50. So the point is that locum doctor earn money. If you're a locum doctor, you're able to get 45, 50. And think about it, most of the locum doctor, they can go home with as much as 4,000, 4,500 to 5,000 per month. But trust me, locum doctor don't have any, they are 0-hour doctor. So meaning in a month, if you did not work, you will not earn anything. Unlike in other jobs like my job now, I'm entitled to 4 weeks leave. Those in NHS are entitled to 4 weeks leave. A locum doctor is not entitled to any leave. And again, there is no career progression. So if you are in training, though, like the GP, people will say, oh, the salary is small. But remember that you are training and you will be getting some knowledge to improve and then become a professional and earn more money. So everything depends on the level you are. But I want you to know, remember that I think I've made a video on expenses. Don't hope so high on your friends or relatives that are medical doctors, because they also pass through a lot. For them to be comfortable in the UK, they rent house, they pay bills. Think about this basic salary. There's some doctors that are working 9 to 5, 9 to 5. day job are earning, going home with £2,200. Think about it, and they pay bills and pay all that. How much is remaining into their hands? So I don't know if this video was helpful. If this video was very helpful, consider subscribing to my channel, okay? And then hit the notification bell so that you can always get my video. I'll keep making researches and keep putting up content here that will be useful to you to make your decision. In summary, if you ask me, is relocating into the UK worth it for anything? My dear, it is fully worth it. And I will be making another video on raising children in the UK, because I've had so many friends express concern that they are really afraid about raising their kids in the UK. So the next video I'll be making is raising kids in the UK. Is it really worth it? They are taught lesbianism, they are taught gay and all that, blah, 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 blah. I will really make some researches and still put on that video. Thank you very much for coming. Bye bye. Bye bye. This video is so long. Bye.